Hello and welcome to the second installment in the serial trading video series. This one is going to focus on analysis, but before we get really far into it with Elliott waves and Japanese candlesticks and moving averages and all sorts of fancy technical studies, we're just going to focus on the most basic thing to look at first, and that is trend. So focus on the dominant trend. So when you're doing analysis, which you want to then inform a trading decision, you're going to want to try and position in the direction of the dominant trend. Well, why do you want to do that? Well, there's a reason, because typically that is the path of least resistance for that particular market that you're analyzing, and therefore will give you the best chance of a successful position once you take one. Okay, so what is trend exactly? A general direction in which price level is developing or changing, whether it be up, down, or sideways. It's also a function of the time frame that you're viewing. So, for instance, the larger, weekly or monthly trend could very well be up, but perhaps the daily trend, is down or sideways. But maybe the 4-hour or 1-hour trend is starting to turn back up, and then you can just go down to the 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute, and trend will be a function of the time frame in which you're dealing with. So we'll look at that a little bit later on here. Now, counter trend movement provides the opportunity to rejoin the dominant trend. That's kind of the idea behind the principle of trend trading. You want to try and position for the direction of that larger trend, and you want to use those pullbacks or those corrective periods in order to do that and try and get good trade location, right? Going against the dominant trend is possible, but it is difficult and requires a strong technical reason. So counter trend trading is certainly a thing, and that can be dived into a little bit more in later videos, but not really a topic to get into today. All right, so with that explanation, let's just go over to, let me end that slide. Let's go over to just the price of Bitcoin. Now, no particular reason to choose Bitcoin other than it is in a very strong uptrend on this time frame. So why not start to have a look here? And okay, so monthly chart of Bitcoin, clearly in a strong, dominant uptrend. Now that being said, you can even see on this monthly chart there have been significant periods of correction where it is not trending up. It is trending sideways to down for a period of time, sideways to down for a period of time. But that overall trajectory, and you can just visually see it, price moves from the lower left-hand corner of the chart towards the upper right-hand corner of the chart. So that is the definition of a technical uptrend. Now this is the monthly chart, but like I was saying, trend is also a function of time frame. So let's drop down to the weekly. Well, what's the weekly chart? I would still argue that the weekly chart is also up, but we're clearly in a period of sideways consolidation within this overall uptrend. How about the daily chart? Okay, well, viewing like this, the daily chart, well, certainly from this measurement point, we are in a downtrend on the daily chart. Okay, what about the 4-hour time frame? 4-hour time frame, okay, we have been in a downtrend on the 4-hour, but now are we starting to reverse that downtrend? It appears so, right? How about the hourly time frame? Hourly time frame, I would say we're in a more sideways trend on this hourly time frame, certainly from this measurement point, but perhaps threatening to establish a higher low and perhaps go for a higher high, which would actually be the beginning of a potential uptrend on this time frame. What about the 30-minute time frame? Okay, that looks like a downtrend on the 30-minute. How about the 15-minute? Maybe an uptrend starting on the 15-minute, obviously coming out of a downtrend. And how about the 5-minute? 5-minute, I would argue we are still trying to establish an uptrend, but obviously severely testing that on the 5-minute chart. How about the 1-minute? 1-minute trend is down, okay? So if you were trying to do some really short-term trades or do analysis that will inform some very short-term trades on the 1-minute price chart, I think your focus would have to logically be to the downside, right? But as we change the time frame, we also change what we should be focusing on as far as informing a trading decision based on that time frame. So it depends what kind of trade you are looking to do, how long you're going to be in it for, all sorts of factors like that. But that'll be more for the the trading side of things. This is just the focus on analysis. So that's really all this video needs to be, is just a basic breakdown of trend and why it's important and why it's literally the first thing you should look at before anything else. So just building blocks one step at a time. All right, that was a fairly short video, but nice bite-sized piece there. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks.